In this video, let us see the derivation of a general heat conduction equation in cylindrical coordinates. Before that, better be very clear with the previous derivation, general heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinates, as it becomes easier for you once you clearly understood the previous explanation of a derivation. Now, coming to the general heat conduction equation in cylindrical coordinates. Let us consider a cylinder element which is a cut section of a solid cylinder as shown in the diagram, which is placed in xyz coordinates. The cylindrical element, which is a cut section of cylinder having dimensions like here's in the z direction, dz is the length of the cylinder from this point to this point, or from this point to this point, right? And in a radial direction, or in terms of a cylindrical radius, up to here the radius is r, then the rest of the elements radius is g r. dr will be the dimension in the radial direction of the cylinder, and that is the direction y. In the x direction, the dimension of the element is d phi from this point to this point. This is d phi, right? D phi. Now observe dz, drs are the dimensions in a linear, whereas d phi is a not linear dimension. It is somewhat a curvy, the curvy dimension. Now the heat that is being transferred to this element is like in a phi direction. In phi direction, q phi is the amount of heat that is supplied to the element, which flows through the body after traveling through a distance d phi, comes out as q phi plus delta phi, or d phi. Q of phi plus d phi, or q of phi plus delta phi. The notation is as you wish. Similarly, in a z direction, qz is the heat supplied to the element, which flows through a thickness dz and comes out as qz plus delta z. qz plus delta z. In a r direction, radial direction, qr is the heat supplied, which flows through a distance dr and comes out as qr plus delta r. So these are the dimensions and heats that are supplied to the element and coming out of the element after flowing or after conducting through the element for respective thickness. The thickness of dr, dz and d phi in cylindrical coordinates. Now the properties of this element, let us assume rho is its density, c is its specific heat, k is its thermal conductivity, capital G is rate of heat generation of the element, and V is its volume. The volume of the element, cylindrical element, can be written as a length into width into height, but here we have only two linear dimensions, dz and dr are the two linear dimensions. D phi is not linear. We consider the concept of sector and we converting d phi into linear dimension, as a r into d phi will be the r into d phi will be the linear direction or linear dimension for the d phi. So the volume will become r into d phi into gr into dz. That will be volume, right? We converted d phi, which is a curvy dimension, into linear dimension for convenience. You better go and check your mathematics for this formula, sector formula. R into d phi will be the linear dimension. Now let us start the derivation. We know the energy balance equation is the total change in the energy content of the element is the difference between heat that is V supplied and the heat that is coming out. The difference between these two will be the total change in rate of change of energy content of the element. right? The heat that is previously entering into the element up to r comma theta comma phi, so r comma phi comma z, and the rate of heat after conducting through the element and coming out of the element as a r plus delta r, phi plus delta phi, z plus delta z. These two, the difference between these two will be the rate of change of the element. But according to first law, whatever the heat supplied to the system, it do some internal uh, work, and that internal work here is considered as internal rate of heat generation, and that rate of heat generation is to be added with the difference, so that the total change of energy content will be obtained. Now we already know qr, q5, qz are the heats supplied to the element r comma phi comma z, and qr plus delta r, phi plus delta phi, z plus delta z are the heats coming out of those respective directions. The difference between these two plus the total internal heat generation in the element is the rate of, as it is rate of change of energy divided by delta t over the delta e element. Delta E element is the change of energy, and the rate of change of energy is delta E divided by delta T. Let's rearrange the above equation. All the R terms as a set, all the phi terms as a set, all the Z terms as a set. Q of R minus Q of R plus delta plus Q of phi minus Q of phi plus delta phi plus Q of Z minus Q of Z plus delta Z plus the rate of heat generation capital G of the element equal to rate of change of energy content of the element. Let us solve this equation. Unlike in the first uh, derivation, because it will become lengthy if we solve all the terms at once. So let us divide each and every term individually, and let us take each and every term individually and solve them here itself. Let us consider the first term. For the first term, consider qr. From the Fourier's law of conduction, q is equal to minus ka dt by dx. Qr can be written as minus k into a into dt by dx, right? So once let us see the diagram. The r direction is this. This is the surface exposed in r direction. The area of the element in r direction will be length into width. We know the length is this, which is d phi, which is converted into linear direction as r into d phi, and width height is this, which is dz. So r into d phi into dz will be the area of the surface, this in r direction. Similarly, in phi direction, this is the face that is exposed in phi direction. The area will be this length into this length. This length is dz into this length is dr. So area in phi direction equal to dz into dr. This is area in r direction. Similarly, in z direction, this is the surface exposed in z direction. So the length into width, length is dr, so area in z direction is equal to length is dr into this curve have a dimension r into d phi. So these are the areas we have, right? Now q is equal to minus k a, area is r direction is we already discussed, r into d phi, as a linear direction into dz into dt by dx is dt by dr, as the thickness through which heat is applied is dr. But heat is not only propagating in the same direction, it is going in phi and z direction as well, so partial differentiations are taken, dou t by dou r. Instead of using dt by dr, we consider dou t by dou r in this case. The reason is heat partially going to r direction, some amount of heat flowing to phi direction, some amount of heat flowing to z direction. Now the second term, q of r plus delta r, can be written as this. Q of r plus delta r is equal to, we already supplied qr, and there is some change happening in the qr when it flowing through a distance dr. As it is change happening in qr, dou by dou r of, the differentiation is to be done. So q of r plus delta r equal to q of r plus change in q of r when it travels through a distance dr. So this is the equation for q of r plus delta r. Now if we subtract qr from q of r plus delta r, here the qr and qr get cancelled, we left with minus of this term, right? So q of r minus q of r plus delta is equal to minus dou by dou r of q of r into dr. You know, qr is equal to this, qr is equal to this. Substitute here. Now the differentiation is with respect to r, dou by dou r of this term. So keep r terms inside the brackets and treat the remaining all the terms as constants and take them out. The expression will be like this: dou by dou r of r is here, and that r is inside the bracket, the remaining terms are taken out. Now let us do the partial differentiation. The partial differentiation of this term will be through uv rule, u into dv plus v into du. First r into dou by dou r of dou t by dou r is dou square t by dou r square, plus dou t by dou r into d by dr of r is 1, so dou t by dou r. The remaining terms remain same, right? Now let us do one thing. For our convenience, always try to get the volume as a separate term. Here dr into d5 into dz is there, but in order to get the volume term, we need r as a dr into r into d5 into dz is the volume. Here we are missing r term, so take r as common from this expression, and the final equation will be like this. I taken 1 r from this expression, so here r will be missed and 1 by r is multiplied here, so that we obtain a volume term at this point. Okay, this is the first term. Let us say this is a capital, so Roman number 1. This is a numerical equation number 1. Now let us go to the second term, do the same procedure. Let us go to the third term and do the same procedure. The second term, if we consider, q of phi is equal to minus ka dou t by dou x minus k into a into dou t by dou x is r into d phi. The curvy dimension is converting into linear dimension, r into d phi. And q of phi plus delta phi can be written as q of phi, that is we supplied the heat, plus change in q of phi, r into dou by r into dou phi of q phi, which is the change that taken place when the heat flowing through the element, into r into d phi. This is the thickness through which heat is supplied, r into d phi. When the heat flowing through this thickness, the change taken place, plus we supplied some amount of heat. The addition of these two will be q of phi plus delta phi. If we subtract one from another, q of phi minus q of phi plus delta phi, q of phi get cancelled, we left with minus of this expression. So q of phi minus q of phi plus delta phi equal to minus dou by r dou phi into q of phi into r into d phi. We know q of phi is this substitute. The differentiation is with respect to d phi. Keep the phi terms inside the bracket and take the rest of the terms out as constants. Dou by r into dou phi of, right, this 1 by r is not differentiable as it is having no phi terms, so take this also out. And dou by dou phi of dou t by dou phi is dou square t by dou phi square, 1 by r into 1 by r 1 by r square. The remaining terms remain same as it is in the formula of volume. No need to bother. dr into r into d phi into dz is volume of the element, so no need to get bothered. So this is the second term. Let us say this is equation number 2. Let us go to the z terms. Q of z equal to minus ka dou t by dou dt by dx minus k into, in the z direction the area is r into d phi into dr into dou t by dou z, and Q of z plus delta z equal to Q of z plus change in Q of z when it flowing through the thickness dz. The difference between these two will be qz get cancelled, minus of dou by dou z of qz into dz. Substitute qz value, keep all the z terms inside, take the remaining terms out as constants, and do the partial differentiation. We finally obtain an equation like this. Let us say this is equation number 3. Now the rate of internal heat generation is indicated with capital G, which is the product of small g into V. Capital G is for the entire element the rate of heat generation, which is the product of the internal heat generation at any point into the volume. When we multiply the internal heat generation at any point with the volume, we obtain the total element's internal heat generation. We know the volume, substitute and get the value of capital G of the element. Now the energy content, rate of change of energy, can be written like this. Refer the previous derivation why we got this value. We know delta E equal to m Cp delta T, and m can be written as rho into V, and here it is rho, here it is V, volume and density. C remains C, and dt will become dou T divided by capital delta T. The temperature difference is very small, so the time is very small, so that capital delta T can be written as dou T, dou into small t. Capital T represents temperature, small t represents time. Now this is equation number 4, equation number 5. Substitute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into Roman equation 1. Right, equation 1 plus equation 2 plus equation 3 plus equation 4 is equal to equation number 5. From all these, let us take the volume as common. Volume dr into r into d phi into dz as common. So here it is. When it is taken as common, we left with these terms, plus when it is taken common, we left with these terms, plus when we take this as common, we left with this term, plus g dash g into the remaining volume here is equal to energy content. Now cancel the volume on both sides. We left with this k into dou square t by dou r square plus 1 by r into dou t by dou r plus 1 by r square into dou square t by dou phi square plus dou square t by dou z square plus g equal to rho c into dou t by dou t. If we make it a simple further, divide the entire equation with k, we have obtained k. When it is divided with k get cancelled, g by k, rho c by k. Here it is. and we know rho c by k equal to 1 by alpha. Alpha is coefficient of thermal repulsion. So this is the final equation we obtain, which is called the general heat conduction equation in cylindrical coordinates. If you want to write the cases, then write the cases by following the same procedure as we discussed in the previous video. Thank you.